When I was a child of 9, I collected Buck Rogers comic strips because they were the future. And oh, I could hardly wait every night for the newspaper to arrive. And I'd rush out and smell the newspaper. And it smelled good. You know why? Because the future was in there. But the people in the 4th grade at school made fun of me, and I tore up these strips that I'd been collecting. Huh? And a month or so later, I burst into tears and said, "Why am I crying?" Well, I was crying because I'd torn up the future.
I was the co-author of a study that came out last fall that got a lot of attention with the title, "What Do Our 17-Year-Olds Know?" And one of the things that seemed to come out of it was that the things that they know, they're not learning in school. They're learning mainly through television and the popular culture.
Been time for such a word tomorrow and tomorrow and could you read this speech to me, please?
Who would you like to read it?
The Williamson reading.
The Queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word tomorrow. Tomorrow.
I do it more like a newspaper story. Is that okay?
That's fine, Holly. But try to stick to one particular event in the story, like Lady Macbeth's suicide or Duncan's murder.
This is so stupid.
The biggest problem teachers have is motivating students to want to learn. The teacher has that tool to bring the kids to a kind of a fever pitch of wanting to complete a task, wanting to see something accomplished successfully. Then I think that this will become a tremendous resource for the teacher. It won't supplant the teacher.
Well, what did you like about it?
I don't know. I guess I like the last scene with Macbeth and what's-his-name fighting and Macbeth gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't tell what it looked like, you know?
Why don't you show me what you think it looked like? Stage it for us.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
I need to do a library search.
What is the subject?
I need an illustration of a medieval weapon used in Scotland. Let me see a close-up of this sword. That's outrageous. It's front-page material. This is gonna look great. Witnesses said the sword fight lasted just a few moments, with Macduff easily beating the battle-weary Macbeth.
No way. He didn't beat him easily. Holly!
All of a sudden, what's important is to let all the students go at different paces and let them even choose their own grades, and, you know, that's what will work out better to motivate them.
All right, I'm ready to record. She should have died hereafter.
He put up a good fight.
Oh.
Macbeth. Look. Replay the scene, please. And this is the way I'm staging it.
What makes you an authority?
Because I check my facts. I've seen lots of performances, and it was a good fight in every one of them.
Why are they fighting with rapiers? They should have broadswords.
Should have what?
No. This is an engraving from medieval Scotland, in Macbeth's time. You see, this is a broadsword.
So how come they've used rapiers in every Shakespeare play I've seen?
But not in Macbeth. It's set in the Middle Ages. You must check your facts, good fellow.
The student can back up, ask a question about something, collaborate with a friend, and it doesn't run by continuously like television does. The resolution on the screen and what's presented should get more and more like live television with its fine graphics and actors for presentation reasons.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
The history of Renaissance art, a history of music, the history of other kinds of painting, stage, cinema. They're all ways of looking at the same thing. We're all doing the same thing, same work, but we're doing it in different ways. and saying, my God, isn't this exciting? Huh? What we have here to prove that mankind has moved from here to here and can move even further to here.